Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today I wanted to chat about the future of WoW Classic and where I think Blizzard's going to go from here, and if the fan base has other ideas. I think right now is a very critical time for Blizzard to get something right. They desperately need to find the right direction, whether that's going full into Cataclysm and not dropping a whole different expansion or game in the middle of it, or maybe even a fresh reset. Now to start, I want to chat about Wrath of the Lich King. I've been pretty critical of this expansion. In fact, one of my very first YouTube videos was debating on if Wrath of the Lich King can survive through Phase 3, and the player base is quickly falling off. Sure, it looks good right now, but give it about 2 more weeks of Phase 3. I did that months ago, and to be honest, I feel like I was pretty accurate. That's not really Wrath of the Lich King to blame, however. I would more point to the fact that the WoW community and the way we play the game has changed so much. From mid-maxing to cheesing strats, GDKPs, RMT, gold buying, all the way to people just having better knowledge of the game. I knew coming into Wrath that this expansion would have some major up and downs, and that there's really only one phase that matters: ICC and defeating Arthas, or better known as the Lich King. We're going to jump into ICC in a second, but I wanted to revisit what I just said about the community change, and how I knew Wrath would really suffer from it. These breaks in between phases to me really pinpoints the issues right now. There's a lot of different things we can point fingers at, but I like to call the WoW community content zombies. They've been taught through speedrunners, Twitch streamers, YouTubers, that you have to clear the content as fast as you can. Otherwise, you're considered less equal to the other players, or somehow not as good. So for example, with Nax, Oldwar, and now TOGC becoming redundant, easy, nerfed, quick, etc., players are stuck in this rut if they even want to play anymore, simply because they're bored and they're used to craving new content immediately, or they essentially riot. That doesn't even include the whole different side of things, which could be a whole different video in itself, with bots and the absurd amount of people buying gold and the WoW token. Now with ICC on the horizon, again really the only phase that matters in this expansion, I'm curious on how it's going to play out. The phase has a lot to offer with 3 new 5-man dungeons that personally I find to be extremely fun regardless if it's normal or heroic. And the raid itself has a lot to offer with bosses, a lot of gear, killing Arthas, and of course the chase to the weapon Shadowmourne. However, it makes me think, is this the end of WoW Classic? I've had quite a few people tell me in my stream or in my YouTube videos that they either won't, or they're unsure if they're going to carry on to Cataclysm. I had a few opportunities to ask why the majority of them, and they've either said that slaying Arthas was their only and main goal of WoW Classic altogether, or they're simply burnt out on the grind since 2019 and the community is wearing them down. Both are very fair assessments. Which brings me to my next point in predicting how Cataclysm's going to shake out. Let's be honest, if 99% of you voted no in the yearly poll of would you like to see Cataclysm, Blizzard would still roll it out anyways, because 1, Blizzard has shown their greed recently, and 2, they really don't care because at least 85% of the voters who said no will still at least try it out for a month or 2. Now I for one am excited for Cataclysm. It's really the expansion where I have the least amount of experience in the starting 4 of Classic, TBC, Wrath, and Cataclysm. If you guys watched my video about why I always love World of Warcraft, you'll remember that when I returned to WoW as a teenager, it was during Cataclysm, and I was extremely overwhelmed with all the new zone changes, dungeons, transmogs, and let's not forget goblins and worgen were also implemented into the game. I quickly put the game on the back burner and went straight for vanilla WoW private servers. I know I wasn't the only one who felt this way. I'd like to think mainly it was because I didn't understand the expansion or the game to a full extent yet, so I just quit on it. People don't like change, that's a proven fact. I eventually dipped into it, and I actually found the dungeons to be extremely fun, from Throne of the Tides, Well of Eternity, Halls of Origination. They were all different and unique in their own ways. Blizzard also did a good job of running back some of the old dungeons and raids with Zul'Grub, Shadowfang Keep, Dead Mines, Zolaman, Don't get me started on Firelands. That was actually a fantastic raid, and I wish I could have experienced it at the current time. Now here's the thing. Are people going to give it a fair chance? Or are people just going to write it off from the get-go simply because of the changes the expansion brings? It's hard to tell now, but I know for a fact, Cataclysm definitely has people intrigued. My next concern is Blizzard going to give it a fair chance? Or are they going to continue to split the communities and add perhaps a Season of Mastery 2, a fresh reset, or perhaps maybe even a Classic Plus? It's hard to tell. But one thing we know for sure is that Blizzard's timing with the WoW news and releases is piss poor at best. Overall, I think Cataclysm will do well, but it won't get major interest until they see others playing it first. I'm going to guess that the WoW community will be hesitant at first, but then realize that Cataclysm offers the best chance of a community purge, where people learn the expansion and help each other out, rather than the majority of people gatekeeping, sweating, and min-maxing. We'll see, but Blizzard is at a very interesting point with WoW Classic right now that could determine the immediate future of their games. I wanted to leave this as an open-ended video because I wanted to get you guys' opinions. Appreciate you guys as always, and I'll see you another time.